I've been on social media for over 4 years now. I've posted over 2,000 posts across 6 different platforms, and having made over $1 million in digital sales, here are the 32 lessons I've learned along the way. Lesson number 1, higher prices leads to more sales. If I could plot on a graph every single time I've seen a significant bump in my revenue going from $0 to $1,000, then going from $5,000, then going to $10,000, then finally $50,000 per month, it will be near enough at the exact same time every single time I decided to increase my price. Yes, I understand it might be scary, and yes, the customers may have higher expectations from your services. But the reality is this: if you go from selling your coaching program from $500 a month to $1,000 per month, then more than half of people need to leave in order for you to make less money. And I'll be honest, that is highly unlikely to happen if you're actually good at what you do. Over the last 4 years, I have realized that your dream customers, the ones that you really want to help out, care far more about the quality of your service than the price tag. Lesson number 2, your first product, no matter what you teach, should be a one-to-one mentorship. Given it's your first product, you may think you know your customer, their pain points and what they need, but the reality is this: every customer is different. They will come from different backgrounds, have different stories, and different things that they struggle with. So by having personal one-to-one time with them will help you really understand exactly what they're going through and make your offer better every single time. And on top of that, it is super easy to set up. Unlike a course where you have to plan and script and film hundreds of videos, or say group coaching where you have to organize everyone and make sure everything works, with one-to-one sessions, it's just you and the customer working together on their problems. Lesson number 3, A/B test everything. For over 3 years, a lot of my decisions were being made on a hunch. Yeah, I think this title will work. Yeah, that thumbnail works for others, so it should work for me. Or the worst, yeah, that landing page looks good, let's just publish it. Since 2023, I've learned that the more decisions I make based on solid data, the more money I will make long term. So with thumbnails, I will use websites like thumbnailtest.com and upload to see which one will work the best. With emails, I can use ConvertKit, which will use a small portion of my audience to test out different email titles and see which one gets the best open rates before sending a mass mailer out. And even with landing pages, you can do an A/B test on leadpages.com and see if people book more calls when you have more videos or less videos, more text or less, and so on. Lesson number 4, if you want high-ticket clients, focus on long-form content. This one stat from my own experience should sum it all up nicely. 85% of all of my customers for my Amazon FBA coaching program, which was anything from $199 to $4,999, came from making long-form tutorial videos on YouTube. And it didn't come from a 7-second video on TikTok, and it didn't come from those Instagram stories that people love to post. With high ticket prices, people need to know that you are credible and that they can trust you. And the only way to do that is to get them hooked on a few long form videos where you provide real value, solve their problems, and build your credibility in the process. And if you think you're gonna start selling in the thousands because you got a few videos pop off on TikTok, think again. Lesson number 5, build your email list from day one. This is the biggest mistake I've made in my digital marketing journey, and that is not having an email list. I thought email marketing was for old people and just completely neglected it. Years later, I come to find out that people convert more than 5 times better compared to any other social media platform. And on top of that, what happens if you get shadow banned or completely blocked from your main social media platform? Both of which happened to me, by the way. Stressful times. If that happens to you, your business is done overnight. Lesson number 6, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. In other words, attend networking events as much as you can. Yes, I know they may feel like a complete waste of time sometimes, but nothing beats you speaking about your services in person to another human, face to face. All of my top 5 biggest sales have come from attending e-commerce events here in London. And when you have a solid personal brand, those sales come in that much easier. Lesson number 7, ask for referrals. Here's a crazy stat for you. 93% of people have said that they will trust a recommendation from a friend or a family more than any other form of advertising. Use that to your advantage and make sure to pick the right time on when to ask. You ask too soon and the client will feel like you don't care about them and you just want another customer. You ask too late and then the excitement of getting results have kind of worn off. So the ideal time to ask is when your client has seen the first bit of success. That's when you strike. Lesson number 8, the higher the prices will lead to better customers. There, I said it. I don't know what it is about higher prices, but I think when you charge an amount that is taken quite seriously by your customer, they will also take your coaching a lot more seriously too. They will respond to your emails, they will complete all of their homework, and in most cases, they will get much better results. If you focus on being the cheapest in your market, yes, you may have loads of people to work with at the start, but the second someone else comes cheaper, all of those people are gone. And on top of that, ironically, those bargain hunters are usually the ones that are most likely to be unhappy and ask for a refund. My advice is get good and go high instead. Lesson number 9. Don't bother with cold emails and cold DMs. You just come across as desperate. If you were good at what you do, you wouldn't need to message complete strangers begging for business. Let's be honest, none of us like cold DMs, so it's not like we're doing this for pleasure. Anytime I wanted to find myself a video editor or a thumbnail designer, or the first thing I would do is just ask my network. Because good people are never really active for extra work. They are usually too busy and are turning work down. And if you're one of those unlucky few who are just getting started, focus on getting good and helping people for free. There are tons of people out there who want your help on Discord groups, Facebook forums, and so on. Lesson number 10. The more offers you have, the more confused your customer will be. When I started my Amazon FBA mentorship, I had 7 offers. 1 week mentorship, 1 month mentorship, 3 month mentorship, and a 6 month personal mentorship. Then I had a half an hour call, a 1 hour call with me. And on top of that, I just had the course on its own. Needless to say, people were confused. They just wanted to open up their own Amazon FBA business and they needed my help. They had no idea how much or what kind of support they will actually need. It's only when I dropped to just 2 offers of a course and a personal one-to-one mentorship for a year when things really started to change. My messaging became so much more clear. I got a lot less questions to answer before buying, and I made double this money the very next month. Lesson number 11. Don't be scared of giving away everything for free. Way too many people hold their best material back without realizing it, and that's what keeps them from building that true connection with their followers. By going above and beyond, you naturally make yourself stand out from everyone else in your niche. Now, I know a lot of people will say, okay, but what about getting paid? If I give away everything for free, people won't buy from me anymore. And that is just not true. What people buy in most cases are things like accountability, personal support, and a like-minded community that they can be a part of. And you can't give that away in a video. This is why Alex Hormozi has done so well for himself. He literally doesn't hold any information back, yet he still makes millions from social media every single year. I mean, his workshop alone cost me $5,000. Lesson number 12. Never forget to ask for a testimonial. It is the credibility and the social proof that you need for future clients. And ideally, you want to get them as many as possible from many different demographics. They are crucial to your business success, hence why Amazon sellers, restaurants, hotels, and other service-based businesses depend on them so much. Think about it. How many times have you passed on a potential restaurant because their reviews just weren't that good? Lesson number 13. Make sure to provide money-back guarantees. Please understand this. When someone is about to spend thousands of dollars on your services, they are scared and a whole bunch of questions pop in their head. Questions like, is this guy a scammer? Will this work for me? What if it's much harder than I thought? And is this service gonna be good enough? All of these fears completely go away if you just offer a money-back guarantee and be upfront about it. Now, will your refund go up? Yeah, it will. But not as high as the additional sales that you will make from that promise. Don't you want to make 10 extra sales and refund 3 of them as opposed to not getting any sales at all? Lesson number 14. Use chatbots like ManyChat. If getting leads from social media is your main goal, you want to start as many conversations with your potential clients as possible. And one of the best ways to do that is with ManyChat. It's an automation on Instagram that gets triggered every time someone comments a certain word or does a certain specific action on your posts. And in my case, every time someone comments on my post, I get the automation to tell them about my lead magnet. And just because of that one small change I implemented a few months ago, my leads have gone up by 20% each month. And if you got a big Instagram following and loads of engagement, that percentage could be much, much higher. Lesson number 15. Learn copywriting. Until recently, I never thought twice about it and thought it was just useful for good emails. However, everything we need to do comes in some sort of form of text. Whether it's script for a video or a copy for your landing page or an effective email, you need to learn how to write in order to properly connect with your audience. It is one of the highest leverage skills you can master. Lesson number 16. You need to become proficient at every aspect of your business. Here's the truth. I have yet to find a successful creator who makes over 6 figures on social media that doesn't know basic things like video editing, what makes a good thumbnail, how to present well on camera, how basic funnels work, and so on. Unfortunately, as the CEO of your business, you need to at least know the basics so when you hire people, you can see and understand if they are good or not. Lesson number 17, don't go viral in the wrong niche. In other words, don't make my mistake and start speaking about a completely different topic just to get views, hoping that they turn into customers. For 3 years, all I did was videos about Amazon FBA and thought I would change things up and jump on the side hustle trend. 6 months later, now I'm known as the side hustle guy. And even though my views skyrocketed and so did my subscriber numbers, my sales numbers stayed flat and even went down on some months. Focus on staying in your lane and making the best videos possible in your niche. Lesson number 18, focus on the platforms that your target demographic visits the most. If your target audience is on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, don't start shifting your focus on TikTok like I did. Instead, do the research, find out exactly who your audience is and where they tend to hang out. You will get much further and a lot faster even if your followers don't grow as fast. Remember, views and subscribers don't pay your bills. Lesson 19, build landing pages, not websites. If your goal is to make as much money as possible from your offer and not to get customers confused and bored, focus on making simple yet very effective landing pages. Ideally with one offer, one price, one call to action. And sorry to break it to you, but nobody cares about your services, about me, or contact page. They're all just distractions. Lesson number 20, be patient. Some customers take their time. If you're on social media and you think you'll get customers very next week, think again. According to ChatGPT, on average, a customer needs anything from 7 to 13 touch points to make a decision to buy from you. That means they need to consume 7 to 13 of your videos in full to figure out that you know what you're talking about and that they can trust you with their money. Lesson 21, having a limited amount of students that I can take at any one time and being super public about it. And once those slots were gone, that was it. And what made this even more effective was that I had a specific deadline that the customer had to make a decision by with a simple countdown on my website. Some people think this is not a good way to do business, but all I want from my viewers is to just make a decision, whatever that decision may be. Lesson number 22, don't sell in public, sell in private. So many creators don't listen to this advice. They start selling in public about their latest insane offer and completely ruin their reputation. You never, under any circumstances, sell your services in public. People don't like being sold to. They just like being helped. Only sell when they reach out to you or when you jump on a call or on a webinar or people have joined your email list. They have clearly expressed interest in what you do and therefore are much more open to hear more about how you can help them. Lesson 23, you can't please everyone, so don't even try. Nobody has ever had 100% approval rating. The truth is, you won't be everyone's cup of tea, so why bother? Figure out who you are on camera, be very clear about your message and who you want to help, and just speak to that audience. The bigger you get, the more haters you're going to attract. And to help with this, remember something from David Goggins that really helped me. There will never ever be a hater doing better than you. Let that sink in for a minute. Lesson 24, start by helping for free. If you're really new to all of this and have no experience, no testimonials, and no social proof, help people out for free. You literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Think about it. You gain experience, credibility. You figure out who and what your target audience really needs. You will get better at your offer and refining your offer. And who knows, there is no reason why you can't turn some of those people that you've helped for free into paying customers later down the road. Lesson 25, only create a community if you're going to take it seriously. Yes, with the rise of school and Discord and other platforms, it sounds really cool to have your own community, but the reality is this. According to research, 90% of them completely die off within the first 6 months. It needs a lot more work to build and even more consistent work to keep it active. Really think about your offer, its structure before building a community, because it could turn out to be a big waste of time in the long run. Lesson number 26, hire help as soon as you can. The first bit of money you make, don't make the mistake of splashing it out on a holiday or a nice watch. Look what is stopping you from making more money in your business and employ someone experienced to help you. Because if you think you'll be able to come up with the idea, plan, script, shoot, edit, upload, and then manage your clients on top of that forever, you're kidding yourself. So look into getting good video editors, thumbnail designers, and the social media managers as soon as possible to help you in your journey. Otherwise, burnout is just around the corner. Lesson number 27. Reward people for giving you referrals. I will let you in on a little secret here. It has been over 3 months since my last Amazon FBA related video on YouTube. Yet last month was one of my best months in Amazon mentorship sales. Why? Because I give 20% referral fee to anyone that refers me business. So if I sign up someone on a $5,000 package, then $1,250 is coming your way immediately. So don't be shy at sharing your wins. That will just lead to more wins later down the line. It is the best way to get people to go out of their way to vouch for you when needed. Lesson number 28. Price your services based on the value, not based on the amount of work you'll put in. One of my clients' minimum offer is a 15K package and his most premium offer is at 60K. Sounds crazy, right? That is most people's yearly salary. However, what he does is that he actually builds out sales teams and trains them up completely from scratch. In other words, he will go into a business, recruit and train sales teams for a living. And at that level where the businesses are doing millions of dollars in sales, 60K is like a drop in a bucket for them. Lesson number 29. Sell the holiday, not the journey. Let me ask you this. When you go to the dentist, do they tell you about what a great smile you're going to have after the appointment? Or do they speak about how you're going to be stuck in their chair with your mouth open for over an hour? Which message do you think will get more clients? Always talk about the dream outcome, never about the hours of hard work it will require to get there. Lesson number 30. Create scarcity. Unless it is a course, you should have a limited number of slots available on your coaching program or a one-to-one offer. Don't try to take on hundreds of clients, as your service will just suffer and eventually your sales will do too. Set a number that you are super comfortable with and stick to it. For me, I never took on more than 10 clients on my one-to-one coaching. And there were times, especially after New Year's, where I actually have to turn people down or get them to wait. Remember, scarcity automatically raises the perceived value of your offer. Lesson number 31. Ads don't work unless you're good at making content. So ads is kind of like a double-edged sword. If you're good, it's going to be a big money printer for you. But if you're not, you'll have more fun lighting your money up on fire. Focus on getting good on the organic content first. Build an audience and then target that audience with your ads. And if you're not good on camera for organic content, what makes you think you will start converting when you're paying for views? Lesson number 32. Always follow up with your leads. In other words, never let a lead go into the unknown. At the end of every single call, always schedule the next call, otherwise they will just be forgotten and they will just move on. Think about it, you did all of this work to get them to find you, book in a call, show up for the call, and now you're just going to let them slip through the cracks? So make sure to develop a system where no lead goes unnoticed. Now, all of these tips are great and I've learned them over the last 4 years, but like I said in the beginning, pricing is one of the most important factors that will determine on how much money you will actually end up making. Make sure to watch this next video here where I will go into detail on how to exactly price your very first offer to make your first 10K month.